We finally have our art reveals for glorious victors. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more content. You know, we are actually like, I think this comes out first week of September. We are so far away, or so close, however you want to perceive it, to this deck build pack. I actually thought we were going to get the art reveals last month and we would get like the first chunk of reveals this month. But the way it looks going into next month, it'll be the theme for the next set. Probably a piece of news for that. And we'll probably get 2 themes for this deck build pack, which is kind of interesting. So we got some interesting information on Glorious Victors. We got the cover pack art here, which actually is, there's a lot jam-packed into this for one little piece, but they really love to do the scale of sizing here for each of these monsters as they kind of go along. You also got to remember, this is our first deck build pack since Cool Tune, and I feel like that has been a while. This is also the first deck build pack of the new era, you know, where, you know, we've been putting these new themes into core sets and so forth, and the fact that we're basically creating new themes outside of core sets and building them into a deck build pack will be pretty interesting to see how they are going to construct this. Now, the first one that we are going to get here is the Senat or Senat. First of all, this is interesting for an effect that we've got going off of this. Very Egyptian themed, and it feels like they're breathing like the essence of life. But also, what is this floor, man? Okay, so this is the Senat Sphinx. Okay, that's what? Oh no. Is that all we get with this? A theme that ritual summons a new king by using monsters without a... Oh, God. Did you really? By using monsters without effects. There is no way that we just created a theme that's going to feed on normal... Is this the payoff for the Anotherverse dragons and the Primite stuff that we have, dare I say, been waiting on for so long? Because, you know, we knew when they designed the Anotherverse cards that there clearly had to be some payoff later on in the, you know, archetype's life. But if you are truly going to create a vanilla or a... do we consider like Mudball Man, for example, as an example of this, where it's people think it's a normal monster, but it's not a normal monster. It's just a not effect monster. It's just very easily a monster that does not have any listed effects on it. If we are going to create a theme like that, either these cards have to be incredibly statted to make up for their loss, or the support around the theme has to be so incredibly powerful that we have a reason to want to play this, because that's where I'm sitting right now. If it's not going to be good enough to overcome the weaknesses that cards with no stats have, or maybe they're going to create a field spell that can give those cards effects, while, I mean, that would be pretty interesting too, but then you're playing a massively heavy combo deck at that point, and I feel like that's not exactly viable in 2026 for modern era Yu-Gi-Oh! But if this is truly what we're getting, this probably will be the weakest of the themes, which is kind of sad, honestly, because I do love the Egyptian feel for our little Duel Masters clone friend here. And then we have the Raise the Moon, a theme that shines brighter and brighter the harder one yearns for the moon. The theme's name likely has nothing to do with the card Senate Switch, which in Japanese is named Position Change. We named the theme Senate to avoid the non-intended interaction with Senate Switch. And this is going to be Silayo, the Raise the Moon Veil. Well, first of all, this curtain feel that we've got going here is spectacular, man. I love this. I love when we can create a feel for this, but also I'm pretty sure that this is drawn by the Trick Star and Ghost Trick duelist. Also, what is up with these coins here. Is this supposed to be like an effect of the moon? Are we at, oh my god, is this an actual, like, is this supposed to be water? Is this a table to play with the coins? Is that what I'm getting out of this? Because it also kind of feels like this is like a sort of Las Vegas setup here. I think it'd be really cool to like have a, like, this probably, as much as I don't want to say this, Ray's Moon. If this is actually a coin flipping archetype, I'm going to lose my mind, man. I guess to be fair though, Konami has been printing more coin flip archetypes. You know, we just spun back around to classic Yu-Gi-Oh! Here, where we called Joey Wheeler up on the phone and we told him to get in here with some new support. So, as bad as a new coin flipping archetype might inherently sound on paper, that could be the case of what this is. I really hope it's not the case though. But also, you know, this looks like a logo here, Raise the Moon, with this, which is actually really, really nicely defined. And then here it looks like a little fan on the side. And then of course the curtain's opening here. And then of course this looks like the grand show. Maybe they're a magician, honestly. But this does look like very much a casino in Vegas for the feel. And honestly, you already know, waifu tax, people are going to enjoy this. I wonder if the art will be censored to some degree, because that's just the very TCG thing to do when it comes to these sorts of cards. But gorgeous art, gorgeous feel. I have a feeling that this will probably be, I don't know, this might actually be a decent theme. Typically the waifu themes usually end up doing well, but the problem is we need to get the secondary and even like the thirdary support at this point in time to actually, you know, push these themes a little bit more. Also, if this is an overframe, this is going to look very, very hot, especially with like the coins kind of going everywhere. I kind of like that. And then we have whatever the hell this is. This is the Xenovator Delta? Grotesque monsters from a Xenoverse are now unleashed. I'm sorry. Are you telling me that we just inadvertently unlocked the Galaxy archetype, but it's not the Galaxy archetype from Rush Duel? Because that's exactly what this shit looks like. This also looks like an Exceed monster. If I had to guess, this is probably going to be an Exceed theme. Alright, it's just a grotesque monster from a Xenoverse. It's not only shit, this thing's coming through the dimensional rift. Alright? Like, for whatever, the different dimension world has just unleashed this terror upon us. And I mean, like, the wings are very, very, very alien-like. Maybe this will give Cosmic Fortress Golgar a run for her money in the lore. But honestly, it's either going to be an Exceed archetype, or it's going to have to do with the different dimension universe that kind of lies in the void. Also, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 orbs on it. This might be a rank 7. I don't know, that's weird. Also, you don't even see an orb down here. There might be an orb here. This might be the 8th. There's also not an orb on this side to match this, which is kind of perpetually off, which is interesting. This also might be a rank 8. This is generic rank 8 support. Every Photon Galaxy Eyes player in the world is going to be the happiest they could ever actually be to try to get something like this. But honestly, I like the Xenomorph feel to this. I'm glad to see that, you know, the alien galaxy people are going to get the chance to get something a little bit more special just to be able to kind of enjoy and see what they can come up with. But with that all being said, I think that this pack, it's going to be interesting to see how Konami bridges this together. It'll also be interesting to see if they're going to dump all the support in here, if they're going to continue to support it in the additional sets. Because we learned with these last deck build packs, it takes like 9 months to get the additional support, because it takes like 2 sets after release to get the indirect support. And then, you know, we have to wait for the next wave. So we'll have to wait and see with what they got planned. But Glorious Victors will be pretty interesting, to say the least. So please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.